We will be issuing document requests to over 60 different people and individuals.
There's no collusion. So now they go and morph into, let's inspect every deal he's ever done.
Well, House Judiciary Committee Chairman Jerry Nadler, get used to his name, just announcing a sweeping investigation into President Trump. Dozens of the president's associates have already been asked to produce documents. So have the Democrats gone fishing for a crime? Criminal defense attorney David Bruno joins me now to weigh in. Thank you so much for joining us.
Good morning.
So we've got this long list, and we can bring up some of them for folks at home. 81 people and companies as well. Who all is involved in this?
Sure. I mean, this
organizations.
This is the fallback. Let's just start here. This is the fallback from Mueller.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Mueller's not working out for the Dems, so now
this is
it's
plan
essentially
B.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right. And this is for two reasons. It's either to take him out of office, or to impeach him, or to win the election. I mean, this is going to be going all the way up until 2020. Who's on the list? I mean, you have attorneys on the list. I can't believe they're requesting information from Jay Sekulow, attorney-client privilege. There are other things here that is executive privilege. Are they going over the line? Yeah, possibly, but this is within their responsibility, and they do have oversight. They are within the law.
Within their responsibility, though? Is this a responsible thing to do?
Is it responsible? You know, if you ask a Democrat or some other channels, they may say yes. I mean, they do. They have the authority to do it. The question is it going to work? And we have to see.
Well, it depends on what they're trying to do, though. Is it going to work in terms that they actually think they have a case that they can win, or is it going to work in serving as a distraction to this administration and to the president leading up to the 2020 investigation, which is what some are saying is what all of these investigations really are about?
Yeah, I mean, to impeach Donald Trump, they're going to have to win in the Senate. You have to have 2/3 vote. They're not going to get there unless something crazy comes out.
So they do this long, drawn-out process where they just have hearing after hearing after hearing.
Yeah, they're trying to get to the public. They're trying to get to the Americans because they're the ones that have to vote in a couple years. Is it going to work? I mean, we're going to have to see, unfortunately.
And this is just an additional investigation, adding on to many, over a dozen different investigations involving President Trump, his family, his finances in some way. Obviously, the one people have heard the most about is Russia collusion, which you just said they have no proof of at this point, and maybe they're starting to realize that. In terms of all the investigations, which one do you think is the most dangerous for the president?
I think it's the Southern District at this point. We've heard a lot about the Mueller investigation. There's a specific order, and there's limitations to it. But there's nothing limiting the Southern District of New York. This came up in the Michael Cohen testimony. Let's not forget, he was asked many questions, and at times he had to say, no, I can't talk about that because of a Southern District of New York investigation. Southern District of New York is the one that got the plea on the campaign finance violation of Michael Cohen. And reportedly, they're looking at the inauguration committee. They're looking at the organization. They're looking at the foundation. So I think of all the investigations, that's probably the most concerning to the president.
In terms of the Mueller investigation, we were just talking to Griff Jenkins about that earlier. We had been told that it would be released last week or wrapped up last week. Now we're being told, in the coming days once again. What impact will that have, if any, on all the rest of these investigations, including all of these individuals who are now being, asked to turn over all this documentation?
Yeah, it looks like there's overlap here. And that's what I think the public is going to have a problem with. All right, if Mueller has done his investigation with the millions and millions of dollars that our country has put into that, and now we have other committees, House committees, Judiciary, Oversight, Intel. I mean, that's 3 committees right there that are all looking at the same thing that Mueller has already looked at.
Right.
It's a problem, and what about money?
It costs money, and that's not very good oversight if you're in charge of the Oversight Committee to be doing the same work all over again, costing taxpayers money. All right. Thank you so much for joining us.
Pleasure.
All right.